behind the camera, Rachel. And these are our dogs, Maverick and Roxy. Welcome to our Sprinter van build. So you didn't get to meet my wife since she was behind the camera. This is Rachel.
Hi.
And this is our Sprinter van. Sorry I'm sweaty, it's super hot here in Texas. We're gonna go ahead and get all this unloaded. There's a bunch of our parts that we've ordered and received, and today is the floor day. It's day one of the build. And this is our 2020 4x4 Mercedes Sprinter. We've had a little bit of stuff done to it, just the wrap, window tint. We're super excited to start today. And now. So the van's unloaded. All right, but we totally forgot that we could open this giant bay door because this is a plane hangar. So our lovely assistant, let there be air. Much better. I think one of my favorite parts about being in this shop is having this longboard. The dogs are getting into something. Finished work there. Now it's time to get to work. So I was just kidding, there is more. This is all of our electrical equipment, Victron, Battleborn batteries. Shout out to them, they're awesome. And the new Dometic RTX 2000, 12 volt AC. And I'll unbox all this stuff, and as we get to it, I'll show it off. Show you what comes in the box, quality products. We have products from Illuminous and Alvan, Baja Designs, custom wheels from BC Forged. Can't wait to show those off. But yeah, as we get to it, I'll show everything off and y'all can see what's to come. Okay, so we're about to start ripping up the subfloor in the van. There's a couple of things you need to know before you start. You need a T45 Torx head for your impact driver. And I definitely recommend having an impact driver for this job. I've read and seen videos where people have a really hard time if they don't have an impact driver. So Ace Hardware did not have a T45 though. They only went up to T40. So I went to O'Reilly's and AutoZone and checked there, and AutoZone had one for sure. So you're just gonna put your Torx head in there. Always wear eye protection. And I'll show you, this one's gonna be easier than the D-rings. So put it in there, came right up. And then the D-rings are a little harder, but this is where the impact driver really comes in handy. We're gonna do the rest of these D-rings, pull up the subfloor, and then we'll show you what that looks like. So we got all the D-rings and bolts out. There's something I forgot to mention is in the front and in the back, there's a threshold, a metal threshold, that requires a T20 Torx nut, Torx head. That will come up, and then once we get those up, we'll rip the subfloor out. And we are still waiting on the foam to show up, so we'll install Kilmat, and we'll have to do the rest another day. So Rachel and I don't have any kids, but we do have kids. Look at that face. So bored. So bored. Mom's vacuuming. Maverick's over there trying to find whatever's in this pallet. Maverick! What are you doing, Bubba? He's bored too. He's bored too. So we got the floor taken out. Woo-hoo! Floor's taken out, she's cleaning up. So we are going to spray the floor. Don't mind our big pile of mess over here. We're gonna spray the floor with alcohol. I think I got 91% alcohol. Get it prepped, ready to go for the Kilmat. Now that we have the subfloor ripped up, Rachel took the shop vac to it and kind of cleaned it up. We still have to hit it with the alcohol. I think we got 91% alcohol. This is a step that I don't think everyone takes. I really want to though, because the OCD in me just has to do all the Kilmat. So I pulled up most of these clips, but I want to show you how to do it. It's pretty easy. I left this one here. I just have this flathead screwdriver, just a small one. Just stick it in right here, pry up, and you should be able to just pull it out with your hands. It's not too hard. And then after that, this whole piece should come out like so. Voila. So now I can hit the rest of this with Kilmat. All right, so we're getting ready to prep the floor for Kilmat. I've got my 99% alcohol in a spray bottle. Got this off of Amazon. And then I've got microfiber towels. And we're just gonna spray in white, and they should be ready to go. For this job, I have my trusty boogie board. We're gonna lay it down there. If you have knee pads, that'll work too. But this works, and I had it already. So I'm just gonna spray a generous amount, and then wipe it up. For something like this, I like to wear gloves. Just that way you don't get the alcohol on your hands, dry your hands out.
And you hate the feeling of microfiber towels.
And I hate the feeling of microfiber towel. Oh, it's like chalkboard or cotton balls, anything like that. What can you not stand? Put it in the comments. I want to hear. What's something weird that you cannot stand the feeling of? Another one for me is like walking in sand. Walking in sand on the beach barefoot, I cannot stand that feeling, which is not ideal for van life, I feel like. So.
Well, in the water is fine.
The water's fine. Wet sand is good, feels good on the feet. Dry sand, no. Not for me. So, after I get this done, I'm gonna do this in sections. Do it a little bit at a time. I'm gonna do the Kilmat here. I'm gonna cut some custom pieces for up here in the front little crevice. I'm gonna do some right here. Go ahead and come here, I'll show them. So like right here, I'm gonna put one. I know it doesn't, they say, I think you have to cover like 25% of your van for it to actually work. but we're gonna do the whole floor, and I like to do things very clean and neat. Underneath the mat that goes into the front cab, there's actually a piece here of factory sound deadening. So we don't have to worry about underneath there. I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna make the 2 pieces here, and then this is gonna be my first line that I'm going to come back from. So here we go. Okay, so along with my trusty boogie board, I've got a few tools here. I've got this roller for vinyl flooring that I got from Lowe's, and it is a Cobalt brand. That one will come in handy, I think, after we do the initial rolling with the smaller ones. I think this brand is Noico, and if it's not, then it's like a knockoff of Noico. I got this off of Amazon. There's this one, and then there's a smaller one for, you know, little crevices. And then this is the Kilmat that we ordered, also off of Amazon. It's 80 mil, 36 square feet, and I think we will be using 2 boxes of this. So I'm gonna start with those smaller parts, there and there, and work my way back. So I've got a few pieces of the Kilmat in. I just wanted to make sure I had the technique down before I show you all how to do it. If you've never seen it, there's plenty of videos out there on how to do it, but I'm gonna show you how anyways. So there's the Kilmat, which is a pretty nasty butyl backing. You've got this piece of paper that's holding on to the butyl. You're gonna peel it off. And this is when the gloves come in handy too. You know, getting that butyl, looks like that right there. Getting the butyl on your hands and your fingers is not fun. So you're gonna lay it down, get it however you want it. I'm trying to stay on a line here. I'm going long ways. Some people go from side to side. And just get it set, just a soft set. Then I'm gonna go over it with the Noico roller. And I'm gonna go along the ribs first. And this roller has these little ribs on it, and it kind of tells you like where you've rolled. Gives you a little marking on the Kilmat. So I'm gonna get in between the ribs now, kind of doing a side-to-side motion. Apply a pretty good amount of pressure. That way that butyl really sticks to the van. Get the outside edges really good. You can go over it with the little roller on the corners or creases. I'm not a huge fan of it, so that's up to you. I don't like to use the little one very much. But anyways, so now I've got that piece down. I'm gonna go ahead and just finish out the rest of the floor and the wheel wells. And I might do a video on the wheel wells whenever we get there, but we're gonna cut to a time lapse now. Okay, so after roughly 4 hours or so, we finally finished the Kilmat. Almost finished, actually. But I feel like that is a pretty good success for day 1 of our van build. Still have to do the wheel wells and just some trim pieces along the edges. Whoever said that you can just use a box and a half or 2 boxes of Kilmat, I don't know how they did it, but I used 2 full boxes and I still have more to go. And I know there's people out there that are gonna say, you went too crazy with the Kilmat, you don't have to do that much, it's too much work, waste of time, but I don't know. I think it's a good job. I think it will help. And on to the next project. Hey, so it's another day working on the floor. This took a few more days than what we planned, but we finally got our mini cell foam in. And what we did was we just we laid it out in the sun, and it's going to flatten out since it was rolled up. That way it's a little easier to lay into the van. And once we get that done, we'll install the subfloor back into the van, and then this part should be done. So, hey. Today she wanted to get in and do some rolling. Getting the wheel wells done. So we learned something about ordering Kilmat. This is the old box from the first stuff that we bought, and the sheet size is 9.8 by 15.7 inches. So we needed extra Kilmat to finish up, and we didn't realize that we ordered, get closer, 19.5 by 15 inch sheets. So I'll show you a comparison. So here's the sheet from before, and then that's the new one. So it's a pretty big difference, but it actually is coming in handy with doing the wheel wells, because that's just one sheet and it covered a lot of the wheel well. So I will have to cut it into multiple pieces for the rest, but anyways, thought I would give that little tidbit for people before they order Kilmat. Look at that form. She's a rolling pro. Beautiful. Just to give you a quick look of the floor before we throw in the mini cell foam, we did the wheel wells, and then I also used some extra pieces just on the side. But I wanted to say, I went ahead and bought some foil tape, and I went and did all the seams of the Kilmat. It just makes it look really nice and neat. And then I think it actually kind of completes that vapor barrier property. It may not be necessary, but I like it. So we got the first 2 pieces in, just kind of cut to shape. And somebody thinks that the mini cell is cozy enough to take a little snooze on. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh.
What are you doing? Are you napping? That sounds nice. Oh. Okay, it's time to get the third one in. We're finally to the point where we need to spray adhesive the mini cell foam down, So what we're gonna do is, first off, I got 3M 90 high strength contact adhesive, and we'll go ahead and tack down the front strip there. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to roll the mini cell foam up, and then I'm gonna spray and roll it as we go. All right, to give you an example of what I was talking about, rolling the foam and then spraying it, we've rolled it up towards the front, and I'm gonna spray. And we'll just roll it as we go. Kind of looks like spider web.
Or that silly spray. Or
oh yeah, silly spray. So now that I showed you that, I'm gonna go ahead and finish it out. Show you what it looks like. It's not pretty, but this is what it looks like when all your foam is laid in the van. It's already adhered. I put some foil tape in between on the seams, and I had just enough to do one wheel well. Oh well, that's gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna know that it's there whenever it's all done. I'm gonna think back that the foil is just on this one side and not on this side. It's gonna haunt me forever. But anyways, the only skills you need for this is basic arts and crafts. So if you were good at that in preschool, then you can do this. Time to put the subfloor back in. We've got the subfloor back in. So now I'm going to put the anchors and the D-rings back in as well. I may not use the D-rings. I may end up cutting a piece of wood to fill that spot, but for now I'm just gonna go ahead and throw them back in. But to do this, since you have a layer of Kilmat and you have the layer of mini cell down, you're gonna have to find that hole that the bolt was in. So what I'm doing is I've got my drill, and I'm just going to drill a pilot hole. And once I do that, then I'll set that bolt back in there. So let me do this real quick. First, I'm just gonna go ahead, I already found it. I'm gonna go ahead and drill that hole. Come back out of it. You're gonna have some butyl on your drill bit, but now stick that down in. I can find that hole. And then remember, you have your T45 Torx head. And you don't want to crank down on it too much, because you can see that subfloor hug down onto the floor. Just give it a little ugga-dugga real quick, and I think you're set. Okay, so we are done with the floor now.
Yay!
And the pups are happy. Just want to talk about what we learned. Maybe a tip or something that we could give to you if you're about to do it. Let's see, the T45 Torx head, that was a big one. That wasted a little bit of my time if I would have known. I guess make sure you have everything. Just make sure everything is there, ready for you to just power through the project. That way you're not waiting on something from Amazon or whatever. So, because we had to order another box of Kilmat, and the foam, we were waiting on that as well. And whenever we're trying to, you know, power through it for a weekend and move on to the next thing, it kind of gets a little frustrating. So, what else? I can't really think of anything else, can you?
No, just takes time, lots of time.
Yeah.
You did most of the work. So.
You helped me, you helped me a lot. And I guess, okay, I'll tell you this. Start a video of a time lapse of you doing something, and you will make sure that you power through it and just finish it. That's because I tried to do that with the Kilmat install, and I just kept telling myself I can't stop because I have to finish this time lapse video. So it was like 4 hours straight, and then my phone died as well. So make sure your battery's charged. But anyways, we just kind of want to do a little recap of each project before we move on to the next step, and then kind of tell y'all what we learned, and if there's anything that I could help you with and maybe y'all can help us with as we're doing this, then we will. So with that said, see y'all later.